So it's a different year, the same month, the same script. The government once again scrambling to find solutions to a biting drought as 1.1 million Kenyans face starvation in 13 counties. I spoke to my guest when he was Water Cabinet Secretary in January 2017.
Change is real. I know there are people who still believe that it is a hoax, but the rain patterns are changing. The water levels are dropping. As the water decreases, our population is increasing. So we must come up with strategies to ensure that the scarce water resource that we have is properly stored.
And we spoke about the same thing in February 2018, when he was Devolution Cabinet Secretary, when 3.4 million Kenyans faced starvation.
We cannot continue doing the same thing and expect different results. So we must probably have to move from doing the small water pans to doing mega dams that can store water.
He is Devolution Cabinet Secretary. It is now February 2019, and we're still trying to explain the problem of drought and drought mitigation. Honorable Wamalwa, thank you for making time for us tonight. But, Honorable Wamalwa, nothing is changing.
A lot has changed. I can tell you,
from how you explained 2017, from how you explained 2018.
The situation is different.
You're back here doing the same thing tonight.
The situation is different. First of all, in 2017, when I was here, March around this time, we had a more severe drought that had set in, that His Excellency the President had to declare a drought a national disaster.
Yeah.
And I have seen senators urging government to declare drought a national disaster. We just don't declare an emergency or a disaster. There are experts who assess the situation, and they have been doing so. When you compare what is happening now to what happened in 2017, at this stage, we were at stage 3 in terms of water stress, in terms of vegetation. Where we are now, we're at stage 2. Stage 2 is called the alert stage. After alert, we go to alarm. From alarm, we go to emergency. We are not yet there. So as we speak today, we have not reached a level where we have alarm stage for our counties. There are 12 counties that are affected. None of them is in the alarm stage. We are all in the alert stage.
Fair enough.
So we are saying for now, we need interventions. Our first line of defense are the counties. The counties have been given money. They are required under the PFM Act Section 110 to set up emergency funds. That kitty should be able to handle either drought or floods or any emergency. And we expect every county, particularly ASAL counties, to set aside sufficient funds to handle these emergencies.
You've been out there.
As national government, we only come in at a second level. When counties are overwhelmed, when governors request us to come in. As they have now, I've been to Turkana and Baringo.
There's starvation.
Yes.
There is starvation.
The situation is serious.
So if the situation is serious and people are starving, and local leaders, as you are there, and we'll come to that, are saying people have died. You're talking about, with all due respect to how you rank this as level 1, level 2, level 3. You're saying in 2017 you're at level 3. Today you're at level 2, so it's no need yet to say this is
we're still at the alert stage. But once we
should not call this a national disaster.
No, after we reach the alarm stage, going to emergency, a national disaster is declared. We are not yet there.
How is it different when somebody is starving now, somebody was starving in 2018, somebody was starving in 2017?
The assessment is very clear. You know, Hussein, drought, unlike floods, does not just come. It is systematic. It starts with the water. When there's no rain, the water levels dry, the water ponds dry up, even rivers dry up. Then the vegetation is degraded. When the vegetation is degraded, the livestock is affected. When the livestock is affected, human beings are affected.
One human being, one Kenyan is enough.
No, human beings.
No, I'm saying one Kenyan is enough. If one Kenyan is starving, then the whole country should watch. Should take note, isn't it?
We are actually very keen on that, and we have experts who have been working, NDMA, and they're working with the counties. So when we reach a level where we are at the alert stage and it's worsening to go to the alarm stage, as national government, we now come in. That is where we are. We're not yet where we were in 2017, and I want to urge the honorable senators to allow the institutions, the experts to do their work. And once the experts tell us we are at the alarm stage now going to emergency, that's when the president will now come in as he did in 2017. For now, the counties have the capacity. As national government, we are complementing what the counties are doing in terms of food and water.
How many people have died?
I can tell you, Hussein, as of tonight, there is no death that has been verified as a direct cause of this drought. In 2017, where we had majority of our counties in the alarm stage, we had a situation in the entire Horn of Africa. Do you know in Kenya, we have a record international, and for the first time, we were actually celebrated by the international community for the interventions we brought, that no lives were lost in 2017 when the drought was severe. But in the entire Horn of Africa, people lost lives in Somalia, Djibouti, only Kenya, because of the interventions we put in place. Today, as we speak, the drought that we have has not reached that stage yet. And the allegations, I've been to Baringo today.
And
yes,
they said before you. I don't know if we have that.
No, I've seen it, and I was in Turkana. Who's saying we cannot stop politicians from saying what they must say. Allegations have been made, but they have not been verified as we speak tonight. But God forbid, if any life is lost, one life is too many. As government, we cannot allow it to happen. That is why you are seeing us out there as national government coming in, putting in place remedial measures, working with the counties, with our experts to ensure that no life is lost.
All right.
Yes.
Let's just for the sake of our viewers to understand what this is all about. Let's take a listen to what this MC of Silale was saying today.
Yes.
Where you are.
In Silale, those who succumb to hunger, kwa sababu ya hii ni watu 17. Now ukitaka nikupeleke in every household, I will take you today.
I mean, are you saying he's lying? You're saying that's a politician.
He's a politician. He has made allegations. We take them very seriously.
You were there with him, did you?
Yes.
Did you? He said he's ready to show you. Were you?
Yes.
Did he show you?
He has not shown me.
Did you go with him? Or?
Yes, I was in Turkana, where 2 lives were alleged to have been lost in Kerio. We were there with the chiefs, the county commissioner, the leaders, and we were not shown. But we want to say...
So you followed him to... I mean, when he said, I know...
We are ready. He can take us to the graves, but what we are saying as a government, we are a responsible government. Wouldn't like one life lost in Kenya.
So why didn't you
That's why we are mobilizing food. As we speak, Hussein, the situation in 2019 is very different from 2017. 2017...
Our 2018 we also saw drought,
2017 was the worst. When we declared a national disaster, our food situation, our food security situation was serious. And that's why the international community had to come in. We had to import food from outside. As we speak, we have food in the country. Last year, for the first time, we had a bumper harvest. We were actually able to harvest over 42 million bags of maize. As we speak, in Kitale, I'm a neighbor to Turkana. Just a few kilometers away, our stores are full. NCPB stores are full. Farmers are going to plant. NCPB, as we speak, are in the process of buying 2 million more bags. In our strategic food reserve, we have almost 4 million bags. So today I was telling the people of Nginyang, I brought you 1,000 bags of maize. If you require another 1,000 next week, we have over 4 million bags. What we're doing is mobilizing food from the food deficit, from the food surplus areas to the food deficient areas. So it's a question of access. It's not a question of Kenya being food insecure.
And that is another question that, I mean, everybody is angry about when you talk about access. Yet people are starving. I will come to that. I just want to ask you this question. If you're with this, I'm sure you've seen the reaction. And Kenyans are angry.
Kenyans are very angry.
So, I mean, if you're with him and you're saying he's a politician and he said people are dead, and he actually said, listen, I have the names of A, B, C, D, and I can show you.
Yes.
Why didn't you care, whether it's you personally or anybody else, why did you care to follow him and actually ascertain whether it's true that people have died?
I intend to do that. Today, when I was in Baringo 2 days ago, on my way from Turkana, we were with the county commissioner. Today, I asked the regional commissioner himself to be there. We've asked our officers to investigate this matter, to go with the MCAs, to go with our chiefs, to verify these deaths. We are not saying that perhaps all are lies. The situation is serious. But no death has been verified directly being caused by this drought. In due course, investigations will be done, but God forbid if that happens. What we want as government is to prevent any loss of life. The president has told us, we don't want you, CSS, sitting in your air-conditioned offices. Get out there. I want to know what's happening in Turkana. Go to Baringo, go to Mandera. We are going to be out there. We are mobilizing food In Kitale, we want food to go to Turkana. In Nakuru, food will go to Baringo.
Right.
And we want to move food up north so that no Kenyan dies of hunger when plenty is still found within our borders.
Okay, finally, on this issue of death, I mean, I don't want to be cynical. I don't want to see any Kenyan die, just like any other Kenyans don't want to see any other Kenyan die because of hunger.
Yes.
But there are these allegations, and they're there, and people are saying people have died.
Yes.
And when you keep saying there's no direct link of death from drought, how would you explain death from drought? Or how would you define death from drought or starvation?
On an ordinary weekend, whenever we are home, there are many burials, there are many causes of death. We have drought in the country. We don't want to say that we want to be cynical, but we want to say any allegations, and politicians will make allegations. I've been a politician before. You give a politician an inch, he'll take a mile. We want to tell them there's no need to panic. We haven't reached the alarm stage yet. We don't have to make allegations that will make everyone go into panic. Kenya has sufficient food. Our food security situation is stable. We are only going to mobilize this food to the areas affected. Out of 47 counties, we only have 12 counties affected. And we are going to go to each county asking the governors, you are supposed to set aside money for emergency. What have you done? Okay. What would you like us to do as national government? Okay. That is what we're doing.
Because there's an argument that, drought, or one thing drought does to a starving human being is deplete their tissues, body fats, and of course their immunity is compromised. So you cannot really necessarily say there's no death as a result of the drought. Yeah. But of course, I also don't have those figures. But politicians are talking about it, local leaders are talking about it, and there's even information or reports that local leaders, especially chiefs, are being told by their superiors not to dare say people have died out of drought.
That's not
out of starvation.
We will not intimidate anyone because we want that information to inform our actions, and we're already moving anyway. All right. Yes.
We're going to take a short break and come back and finish this interview, Honorable Wamalwa. Yes. And one of the issues that I read today, and actually I think I read it in an SMS, and I'm sure you must have seen it, when somebody said, how come we have ballot boxes going to every part of the country?
I saw it.
And you're saying the problem we have now is the issue of access. Isn't that failure in itself? Yet you were warned, you knew this was coming, and now you're saying there's food. I heard you the other day talking about having 4 million bags of maize at the strategic grain reserve, yet we wait until people starve. You'll answer me after this break. Text us 22422 on Twitter. Use the hashtag Newsnight. We're back after this break.